Oh.
And it's still true. 2 months later, and it's still true. I really like, so over the course of this, that our enthusiasm has not diminished at all. What was the most rewarding part of starting You're Invited? So, Rachel, what do you think was the most rewarding part?
Oh, the Friday morning hug. Just being able to see everyone that I've missed so much, and to feel part of an active community where I can really, like emotionally, I'm like, oh, I don't think I could have gotten through the last few months without You're Invited, because it has just been such a glow in my week.
As this shelter in place has gone on, I have absolutely was becoming more and more withdrawn from and feeling so much more cut out from the game community. And what this has done is that, you know, remembering all the people out there who I miss and care about also miss each other, and being able to have this every Friday it's the same. It's having that to look forward to so that I can kind of visit with everybody. Gives me a focus for the week and something to look forward to going into the weekend. And even have it, I know like everybody's like, time is meaningless anymore, nothing matters, and
It's a good cap to the week.
It actually gives structure to my week, which was starting to get really out there.
Good morning, friends and gamers on the interwebs.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I'm Rachael Blaske.
And I'm Julie Ahern.
This is episode 15 of You're Invited. In this episode, Julie, VP and COO of Greenbrier Games, and myself, VP of Channel Marketing. This is your fault.
I know, but you can do it. Pull through.
Of Channel Marketing for White Wizard Games. We'll chat over a good cup of coffee and share our Christmas morning with you, because you're invited.
This episode is sponsored by Arcane Wonders, publisher of the Dice Tower Essentials line, including Onitama, Smartphone Inc., and Aquatica, and by Kids Table Board Gaming, makers of Fossilis, Food Fighters, the upcoming Creature Comforts, and my favorite, Rec Raiders.
All right. And if you click the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, it will notify you. It'll choose to notify you every time we go live. And then you can also have the link for our YouTube account. It is in the description box below. And you can subscribe and find our archived shows after the streaming. True
story.
All right. So it's Christmas. And I've got some exciting things to talk about because you're here with us on Christmas, which is kind of fun. And we have our top games for Christmas. So here are our top picks for games that we want to gift to people this year.
Our question is, what games were on your Christmas list? And we'll talk about what ones are on ours in a second. But right now, here are our top picks for gifting this year.
Yeah.
And this is just based on our opinion. You can have a totally different one than ours and think we're crazy pants. That's fine. But the criteria for what we were kind of looking at is, are they economical? Because we know at this time of year, there's a lot of spending going on and you have to be careful about your budget. A lot of different family members, that last minute, forgotten present, food, all of it. So making sure it's economical, making sure that it's easy to learn because you're gathering with your family and friends and not all of them are gamers. Are they accessible for either small groups? Because not all of us can get together at this time of year safely. So are you doing it safely in small groups in your family that are there, or for the whole family online? And that goes back to the easy to learn, because can Nana learn the game and technology at the same time? So you got to make sure that you're including everyone and making it accessible to as many people as possible.
That is so true.
So, what was on your gift list,
Well,
Miss Rachel?
on my gift list, I have some favorites. I have some
Yeah,
of
you
them here
do.
with me. Oh,
Nice.
I'm so excited. Well, first on the top of my stack here is Floor Plan. There we go. And the cool thing about Floor Plan,
I love this game.
it is so good.
It's
It
so
is
good.
a roll and write, and it is for 1 to 100 is the amount of people who can play, which is really, really fun because you've got basically a way to play online. I know that there are plenty of ways to print out a piece or whatever, or print out a paper, and then you can do it with your family on Christmas, even if you can't be together. And then all you have to do is have one of you have the game, and that way you can reference the cards that you end up pulling. And it is 20. I would say, like, most of the time, if you're really like into it, it can be up to 45 minutes, but 20. And it's really fun because you can do it with even kids. It's 8+. So one of my favorites. I actually followed this game from 2 years ago at Gamma, and was waiting very, very impatiently for it to come out. So
Nice.
the second that came out, I was like, oh, it's here. So now this one is called Shobu. And I first played this at Origins 2019, and I was smitten. This is the most elegant, beautiful, organic feeling game that I've ever seen, because it's made of wood and stone, and then they threw the rope in there.
But it's gorgeous. It's very tactile. It has that feeling of being around forever. It's funny because we had a lot of overlap, so that's also an excellent game. So it is for keeping it for small groups. It's a 2-player game.
Right. And it is just for the 2-player, it is an abstract game. The other one was kind of a spatial type of puzzle. This one is abstract, and I liken it a lot to chess, even though it's a very different type of strategy. It's just the tactile feel reminds me of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, love it, love it. Enough that my husband made me an heirloom copy that I ended up showing Kurt at one point.
And by that, Kurt Covert, who is Smirk and Dagger, Smirk and Laughter publisher.
Yes,
very
exactly. I also have right here. Oh, it's so bright. Flatter Me. It's Compliment Battle. So there are 3 different ways to play this. One is like war, where you are throwing down compliments against each other, and whoever has the best compliment gets to keep the cards. Or you could play it in a way where you're trying to get rid of the most compliments. So you're giving as much as you can, and whoever has the least cards at the end wins. Or you can just keep them on you and then hand them out to whoever you think needs them.
Just needs a pick-me-up
in your day. So
nice.
I might have gotten a few copies for all those different wonderful reasons. This one's from Amy Bio, which was one of our shout outs recently. So during season 1. And then lastly, I have Circle of Wagons, which it is, I don't have it in my hands because it's always in my purse. It is a button shy game. That's awesome. Is the little wallet games. And so half the time I either have it on me or I lost it and then I find it and I'm all excited all over again. Nice. So it's a 2-player also, and it has a really cool footprint. We played it, in the before times at a restaurant, and it has this big circle that you're putting out on the table, and the waiter was like, "What are you doing?" Like everybody was looking at us. What kind of game do you put a big circle of cards on your whole booth? So it's one of my favorites.
Nice. And so price-wise, what do these range approximately?
I'm pretty sure Floor Plan, very economical. This is $20.
Yep.
Flatter Me, I believe, is $20 as well. Shobu might be at 30, I think. And it's beefy, so it has a little bit of shipping. And then, of course, you've got button shies are always $10.
Fantastic. So all very economical, a good price range for trying to accommodate a lot of people.
And several of these that can even fit in a stocking.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. What you got?
So we had some overlap of publishers and styles of games, same kind of thing. So first, Onitama, 2-player game, ages 14 plus, takes about 20 minutes to play, and it retails around 30. You could probably, I'm going to give you the MSRP-ish, and then of course, if you find it on sale somewhere, I'm not gonna be mad. But Onitama, same kind of tapping into, if somebody knows how to play chess, and they're unfamiliar to gaming in general, this is perfect. If you like games, it's a great abstract. And what you're doing is you have a set of cards, your opponent has a set of cards, and then there's one card in the middle. And when you play, then your opponent picks it up. So you're rotating through the cards you can play, and those cards are the patterns that you can move any one of your characters. And you're trying to trap the other player's characters. So it's not that any one of the characters has one specific move. It's whatever move you have, and you only have like 2 choices. So while you're looking through and trying to see the patterns on the board, you don't get too much of that analysis paralysis, because you only have a limited amount of spaces that you can move.
Yeah, my 8-year-old just learned it. No, he's 9, and he and he always is asking, "Can I play the Oniwama, like with the Nana Nana or whatever it's called?" Yes, that's a good one.
And that retails for 30. The next one is Before There Were Stars. So that's also another one of Kurt's games. It's for 3 to 6 players, ages, but it's 8 and up. It takes, it can be a range. It could be a 30-minute game. It could be an hour-long game. It depends on how long you're doing for storytelling. And it is the most expensive one of the ranges between $35 and $40, mostly online when you buy it. But it is one that you can play online, talking to people, just giving them the prompt. So the prompt is, you're telling a narrative of a creation myth. So there's several different phases where you get a prompt. So the beginning is in the beginning. So anybody who's ever, from everything from Greek and Norse mythology to in the Bible, there are all creation stories. So you're making your own, and you're using the cards that you get as your prompts, which will give you nouns, a dog, a hammer, a volcano, so that you're trying to work those into your story. So you get more points for working them into your story, and then you get points that people give you for pointing out things they like about your story. And so it's kind of arbitrary, because at the end there's, most points wins, but really it's about having this great narrative and seeing how people can incorporate things into their story or get something added in. Sometimes they pull things from other people's thought process. It becomes really funny. And it's a great shared experience for all ages and all types of people. I've played this with engineers. I've played this with 8-year-olds. Anybody who can sit down and have a conversation can play it.
That's awesome.
Then we have Just One. Just One is for 3 to 6 players. Again, ages 8 plus. Takes about 20 minutes to play. Retails at about $25. And this one I've played the most online. So one person needs the deck of cards, and of course you get 5 different things. They're numbered 1 to 5. There are 5 different items, and the person whose turn it is picks one of those numbers. And if that number 3, and number 3 says baseball, so everybody else who's playing needs to come up with a word that will try to get the person to say baseball without saying baseball. But if you say batter and somebody else says batter, those get canceled out, so they don't get to see those. So hopefully umpire and ref and strike will get you through. That's a great one for online to play with everybody. And then finally, Hello Neighbor, which is, if you have a big group of people that are all online, you can still play it. So it's a the secret neighbor party game. So it's a party game. It's a social deduction. You're using cards and making sets to be able to do your action, as opposed to everybody shouting all over each other. You have to have a set of cards, so it enforces that taking turns. It's based on the app, which is really popular, that a lot of kids play. So you're going to get the kids who are really excited about it, but it's also easy enough that, again, Nana, who at least Nana in our house is not that great at social deduction games, but she'll play them because that's what her grandchildren love,
That's right.
can power through. And that one is $20. And then they have online the PDF that's downloadable to how to play it with a group online. So they actually have written instructions. So those are my choices.
So good. I love all the different ways that we can still connect with people during the holidays, even if we can't be together.
Yeah, true story.
So now we're going to share our wish lists. And here are the games that we are hoping are under the tree this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not they actually are, well, that's going to be secret. So, all right. So, Julie.
Yeah.
All right. What are you hoping is under your tree?
Okay. So it's hard. You know, you're in the industry, so you get to see a lot of games and you get really kind of spoiled for choice. And so I didn't put all three of them as impossible ones, but two of them are pretty brutal. So first one, though, let's start with Unmatched. I love this, the whole series. So all of them, each of the boxes in Unmatched series is 2 to 4 players, ages 14 plus, 20 to 40 minutes to play, and retails at $50. In it, you're picking one of the 4 characters, and then you get like the sidekick characters, and your deck of cards lets you move and attack. You have to play the card. They're really simple. It's like offensive, defensive, and movement. And so you're choosing one of those 3 actions with either your primary character or your secondary character, your support character. And if they're knocked out of the game, you lose the game. It's so straightforward and simple. So again, it's something that seems so easy to play, and yet the strategy is still there. And I'm specifically looking for the Buffy one because I also want the Jurassic Park one because I want the T-Rex to fight Buffy because that is the most epic thing ever.
Buffy versus T-Rex.
You don't even know. That's all I want. And
Cool.
I'm gonna make noises, and like if I'm the T-Rex, I'm gonna be like, ah! And, you know, like I'm gonna use all the snarky catchphrases from Buffy.
Yes.
It doesn't it's gonna happen. I hope.
All right.
So that's the first one, and that is the most achievable. I don't think I'm getting the other 2. I'm just going to put that out there. But these are on my wish list. They've been on my wish list for a while. So the first one's Tales of Arabian Nights, and the second is City of Chaos. Tales of Arabian Nights was published in 2003, City of Chaos 1996. Both of them are early storytelling RPG style narrative-driven games that were the precursors to basically what I try to do in my company. So I have played them both, but don't have my own copy, have never had my own copy. Would love to have them. Both of them are for 1 to 6 players, ages 12 plus. I will say Tales of Arabian Nights takes usually about 2 hours to play. City of Chaos usually is like 5 hours. It's a whole epic, like if you're going to play, you're there. But there's also solo play. So if I decided that I wanted to take the rest of Christmas off to play it,
thank you so much. I'm out.
Right. Unfortunately, neither of them are in print anymore. So I think I've seen most recently ranges of $200 to like $350. So I don't think I got one. But those are the ones I wish were under my tree.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Well, here's hoping for you.
Thanks. How about you?
Well, for me, I don't know as much about these because I'm kind of enjoying the allure of the unknown. But Cosmic Encounter, I've heard multiple times that Cosmic Encounter is one that every designer needs to play, every publisher needs to play, and I have not played it. I have several friends that have it here in Lincoln. In the before times, I would have been able to play them.
It's fair.
But it is, and I even got Cosmic Encounter Duel, and then I watched the stuff about it, and it said it kind of missed the mark of what made Cosmic Encounter great.
Yeah.
And so it's on my wish list. So Cosmic Encounter.
I'm so excited for you if you get it.
And then Saikatsu. It's a tile laying game. I know that.
Yeah.
And that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that Isaac shall have designed it. And the main reason why I want is because Isaac made it. And I had the pleasure of meeting Isaac. And I remember just being stunned by how articulate and intelligent he was. And I was like, whatever this man makes, I'm going to buy it because it's going to be good.
Human. He is.
He really, like, we were at in an unpub room, and he was going around giving amazing feedback to all of the different playtests, and he was just so genuine and wonderful. Sorry, this kind of became a shout out, but yeah, that's why I want Saikatsu.
Fantastic.
Tyrants of the Underdark. Okay, this one is super cool, and I really love it. Tyrants of the Underdark is still in print. I probably could, hey, hint, people. You can get this one. And it is
to me?
Yeah, you. No. And I ended up playing this because I wanted to do some research for area control while we were developing Mint Control. And this one was area control and deck building done really, really well together. I felt like it all made perfect sense, and it was in one of my favorite settings. I absolutely love the D&D setting, Drist, and I love when I can play a game where I know the lore and the details of the entire setting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It just makes me feel like I know what's going on and I'm part of the story, and so I really enjoyed it. And if I can get my hands on that one, it's definitely one for under my tree.
That's awesome. So, next thing on our list, again, because we don't really have anybody going to I can't wait to hear what people have to say about their wish lists and what they were hoping to get and what they got other people. But since we don't, let me ask you, what's your favorite holiday song?
For me, it just made me think of a Vine. Sorry. For me, I like "O Come, Emmanuel." I was raised with that one, so it's one of those ones that rings through my head.
It's a classic. You gonna sing it for us?
No. Okay. I'm gonna let you. It's like, "O come, Emmanuel." Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. I did it.
That was good.
All right. Cool. And you're gonna rock this.
No, I'm not going to sing the whole thing. I was singing it earlier, but my favorite song is actually so "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and I think it's I don't know this year in particular because it became popular during World War II when it was really about the soldiers overseas trying to we're homesick, and so I feel like this year there's a lot of that going on. So it kind of just, it's been the one that's been in my head. But also, songs from that era all had like introductions that get chopped off on the radio.
Okay.
And for some reason, it's my fun party game that I know the precursor, whatever you want to call it, not preamble, but it's like a preamble, but it's not a speech.
Yeah.
So the beginning of it is, Christmas future is far away. Christmas past is past. Christmas present is here today, bringing joy that will last.
And then have yourself.
All right. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I'm going to stop there. But that's like, for some reason, I know the beginning.
You know behind the music.
Right.
You're VH1.
Right. But, yeah. That's my favorite one this year because it reminds me of being kind of homesick for not getting to see all my family because, I'm here and my parents stayed down in Florida and my siblings are still in Massachusetts. So, everything's going to be online like this. So
Every time you keep talking like that, I was like, start hearing.
I know. I'm a little. All right, next topic.
All right. Okay. So the question is,
yeah,
are you playing a game today?
Of course I'm playing a game today.
Yeah.
I'm going to play, wait, where is it? I'm going to play a Rio Grande game called Santa's Workshop.
Ooh. That's
so this
cool.
is, it's a worker placement. The workers being elves.
Standard.
And you are, trying to set up for Christmas. And so the timer is the calendar. So you're going around like by them, like to try to get everything done and be the most efficient. And I always lose because it's a worker placement Euro game and I'm playing with Mr. Euro himself. But I also, because there's one of the areas that's just taking care of the reindeer and that's all I care about. So I don't make toys. I don't make gingerbread cookies. I'm just taking care of the reindeer and I talk to them and I have conversations. He's like, it's not an RPG, Julie. You're not role playing. And I'm like, yes, I am. So we all win in our own way. So that's what I'm playing. What are you playing?
I don't know what's under the tree yet. I'm sure there will be some gameplay, but I hope it's something that's brand new and under the tree.
Fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's cool.
So, what are your holiday wishes for us?
Well, it keeps going through my head. I know that it's this time of year can be really awesome and fun and exciting, but it can also be really hard for a lot of people. Even in a regular, plain old boring type of year where nothing exciting is happening, where it brings a lot of memories and sometimes those are good and sometimes those are hard. So, and then it's especially hard this year if you have to stay away from your family and friends and loved ones, if that's something that is important to you. So my wish is that everybody knows that I love them and I want them to be safe and take care of themselves. How about you?
My holiday wish is that everybody knows that we were here to be there for you guys, because I don't want you to be alone today. I want you to know how much we care and that we look forward to you guys every week and we care about each and every one of you. Same thing.
Yeah.
So next week we have, let me see, organizing games. Next week is New Year's.
That's right.
That means the end of 2020.
That's right. See, everybody keeps saying that like it's a good thing. I'm still not convinced that it's not just on a down. Okay. All right.
Tell myself that.
All right. So but it'll be a new year, turning over a new leaf. That means how are we cleaning up the mess that we made at Christmas and actually restructuring and reorganizing and keeping our games all pretty.
Yes, and fitting all of the new ones in.
Correct.
Because we're not getting rid of it. Like, we just buy another Calyx.
I mean, we do at my house. I don't know if you're being facetious, but that's what happens.
No, seriously. Yeah.
So, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This awesome session was sponsored this week also by XYZ Game Labs, and we love them almost as much as we love you.
We want you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, and links are all in the description box below. So,
yeah, enjoy your Friday, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your day off at the very least. And remember that next week, you're invited.
You're invited.